I'm Rachel Fine. I am the Executive Director of the Yale Schwartzman Center, and I am absolutely delighted to welcome you all here this evening for this very, very special, unprecedented experience. The Schwartzman Center is many, many things. We are an arts and culture center. We are a student center. We're a hospitality and dining center. We are a wellness center. But more than anything, we are a community building center. And this evening, this global chef table evening with the Macmillan Center and the Hospitality Center truly aligns with our mission to be a community building center. So I can't tell you how thrilled we are and how privileged we are to have the venerable John Kwan here with us tonight. This is the third in a series. We started last year with a chef from Ghana named Selassie. Then we had a chef from Turkey named Chef Erbaru. Got more and more successful. People were so engaged and interested, and this is on a scale that we have actually not attempted yet. So, as I said, it's an unprecedented experience. So happy to have you here. Please enjoy every moment, and thank you for being with us. It is my pleasure to introduce the Assistant Vice President for Hospitality, Jody Westwater.
Good evening, everyone. As Rachel said, my name is Jody Smith Westwater. I'm the Assistant Vice President for Yale Hospitality, and I'm truly honored to get to be here with you all this evening. Yale Hospitality is so proud to get to partner with the Macmillan Center and with the Schwartzman Center, two organizations that share our commitment to creating spaces where people can build community and connect through culture, through disciplines, and of course, through shared experiences of food. Through this Global Table series, we have the unique opportunity to engage with world-renowned chefs who not only share with us their culinary artistry, but their stories, their values, and their traditions. What makes this program so meaningful to us is that these chefs don't only inspire our students, but they inspire our teams as well. In preparing for this event, our teams get to learn directly from these incredible talents, to expand their skills and see how food can serve as a powerful bridge that brings people together. Now, this is my first time at the Global Table series, as I just recently joined Yale in February, but I am thrilled to see this collaboration come to life, not only through tonight's dinner, but beginning next week, when recipes that are inspired by Venerable John Kwan will be continued to serve at the Rooted Station with a complete takeover. So I hope you're all able to come back and continue to sample these delicious flavors at the Rooted Station over the coming weeks. It's such an honor to be part of a community that celebrates not only great food, but the connections that it fosters. And I am so grateful to Rachel Fine and Adam Millman and Melissa Brown for envisioning this collaboration and bringing it to life. And it is my pleasure to introduce our partner, Melissa Brown, the Deputy Director of the Macmillan Center.
Okay, so do we have our visuals? So welcome to Global Table. This is exactly as we envisioned it ever so many months ago, years ago, that as we started doing it. I'm going to give a few talking points. We can go to the next one. First of all, don't touch the food on the table, please. It's part of the experience. And I'm going to say that a few more times because it smells good and it looks good, but please don't touch. It is part of the experience. So Macmillan is the international hub for campus. We're in the office of the provost. We are a connector for anyone who loves anything international or about a particular region. Come and find us on Hill House. Next slide. Our main purpose on campus is promoting understanding of the world and in the world. And that is everything we do on campus and in the world. Next slide. What we have in particular, we have 7 regional councils, and each of these brings together faculty members and students with a variety of academic interests, but shared passion for a particular area of the world, which is a really unique thing on this campus. Next slide. We also have 19, we just counted, global programs, and these are transnational efforts that transcend those boundaries, but allow us to do deep dives into very specific topics such as agrarian studies or Buddhist studies. Imagine why I mentioned those this evening. Next slide. So in terms of this particular program, when Adam Millman from Hospitality and Rachel Fine, who you just heard from Schwartzman, and I co-envisioned this about 18 months, 2 years ago. Our idea was to inspire discussion about the connections between people, planet, and place. And food is really a remarkable way to literally get people to the table, which is great. But this is not actually a culinary program. It is actually a program that is intended to highlight tradition and individuals, humans connecting with one another over shared meals. So the idea behind this is that we bring these fellows to campus for about a week each time, and they spend time connecting with our students and our faculty members, but also training our chefs, as you've heard. And we select these chefs not because they've got some restaurant on Madison Avenue or some other attribute that might be not, James Beard Awards are not what we're considering. We specifically choose culinary thought leaders who have dedicated their careers to advancing social and environmental change. And that is what makes this such a remarkable program, because while they're here in residence, they have such an amazingly strong message that doesn't have to do with which way you slice the onions or how much salt to add and when. So that's pretty exciting. So now we can go to the next slide. As you've heard, we had our amazing inaugural chef, Selassie Atarika from Ghana, and she brought to us her wisdom on, she has a nomadic restaurant where she prepares indigenous foods using indigenous techniques, and then she uses her platform to discuss biodiversity and culinary practices. Then we had Chef Owen. She just won a huge award, Time Earth Award. Chef Ebru came in. She took the campus by storm and talked to us about Turkish food. She also has a kitchen that's entirely run by women, most of whom are Syrian refugees. So she has this, she calls herself a social entrepreneur rather than a culinarian. And then finally, of course, we now have the venerable Jiang Quan with us tonight, which is an amazing honor. And I think we're gonna start dropping rice on the table. So the temptation to touch the food is gonna get stronger, so don't do it, really. Don't touch it. So tonight, I lost my place too. So 3 last things before I conclude. We can go to the next slide. First, thank you so much to the Council on East Asian Studies. It has been amazing how much work they've put into this. They are rock stars, particularly Sophia is, I think she's gonna sleep for a week after this. And then if we go to the next slide, we've got Professor Hwan-Soo Kim. So Hwan-Soo is a professor of Korean Buddhism and culture. He is also the former head of our Council on East Asian Studies. And when I announced, oh, I've got this idea for this global table thing, he showed up in my office the next day, I'm pretty sure, and said, I know who we're inviting. And he said, we have this amazing person. And here's the thing to know about Hwan-Soo. Be very careful with him, because when Hwan-Soo wants something, he gets it. And he is calm and friendly, but he is a force to be reckoned with. The great news is he was exactly right, because we have something excellent for you tonight. We have a chef with us who embodies absolutely everything that we intended to. So I will say we opted to start with 2 chefs that were not quite as globally renowned, but if we go to the next slide, we know that patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. This is exactly what we're here for, and this is exactly why. Yeah, we can go, sorry, go to the next slide. This is it. Patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. And don't touch the food yet. Thanks. Oh, and we're about to show you a video that will give you more of a sense of what's going to happen and of our chef, but don't touch the food.
불사대자위작 증명하으나 안감상례 소수불홍덕해 양삼처 실험한 내리천하 태평 법륜전 법륜상전하 둥극계 항문어 해감사나 천지남에서 1년 내내 건강세라 된장을 담는 이는 공들어 천지남 토량 내외 일체 선신등 외호신등 구보 살펴서 서감이월
Hello, everyone. After watching this serene video footage, you might have already forgotten who I am. My name is Hwan-Soo Kim, and I teach Korean culture and religion with a focus on Buddhism and in the Department of Religious Studies. It's my great pleasure to introduce and moderate today's conversation with our distinguished guest. In recent years, many chefs around the world have become increasingly eager to learn Korean temple cuisine. So as a result, temple cuisine has truly taken its place on the global culinary stage. Celebrity chef Eric Ripper even went so far as to say, quote, "Temple food is the future, and in many ways, where humanity should be going." So now, temple food is often seen as an ideal way of eating. Eating that really ensures our health and heals our illness, fosters community, and supports meditation, and even addresses environmental challenges. So tonight, we're going to explore why that is the case through a conversation with a master of Korean temple cuisine, and by partaking in the meal that she and her team have thoughtfully prepared for us today. So it's my great honor to introduce our guest speaker, Venerable Jeong Kwan. So as you know by now, Jeong Kwan Snim, actually in Korea, the honorific title for monastics, both nuns and monks, is the term Sunim, S-U-N-I-M, Sunim. So for the sake of simplicity and respect, I will refer to Jeong Kwan Snim. Why don't you sit? You can have a seat. Either Jeong Kwan Snim or simply as Snim throughout the conversation tonight. Okay? So as you know, Jeong Kwan Snim is the abbess of Cheonjin Hermitage, located at the Baekgang Monastery, located in southwestern part of South Korea. Born in 1957, she's the fifth of 7 children, and her family owned a small noodle shop. And she grew up helping her mom cook, her mother. And I think by the age of 7, she was already able to hand roll noodles and share them with poor people in the community. This is an early expression of the generosity that defines her life work. At 17, she left home to become a Buddhist nun, devoting her life to a life of simplicity and contemplation. In addition to years-long monastic training, she didn't neglect academic education. She earned her bachelor's degree from Central Sangha University, and she completed further graduate studies in Buddhist philosophy at Dongguk University. So for more than 5 decades, Sunim has refined the art of temple food, highlighting the subtle balance that emerges from fermentation, plant-based ingredients, and patience and the rhythm of the seasons. And as you know, right now, she gained international acclaim through the 2017 edition of the Netflix series Chef's Table. Those of you who haven't watched it, I highly recommend. And New York Times hails her as the philosopher chef. And she's been featured in many other major media outlets, including the Washington Post, The Guardian, and Independent. Her contributions have been recognized worldwide, and she's received many awards, naming her as one of the best chefs in Asia or even in the world, despite the fact that she has never trained to be a chef. That's very fascinating. So, and then I just mentioned this. Each year, stream of visitors travel to her temple to learn from her and also experience temple food as an integrated part of the spiritual path. And she's been invited to so many countries. Actually, I asked her how many, and she couldn't count. Through these engagements, she continues to share the spirit of temple food with audience around the world. So, today, this is what's going to happen. So when I'm done with my introduction, I will ask just a few questions, one or two, during which all the dishes will be set up. Pretty much, I think they are ready now. And then she will introduce all the ingredients used in today's dish. And then she will demonstrate how to put the dishes together. And the camera will zoom in so that we can view the demonstration through on the big screen. And she will share 5 short verses traditionally recited before eating at Zen monasteries in East Asia. These verses to invite us to approach food with gratitude and ethical awareness. And then we'll start to eat, during which I'm going to open the floor for questions from all of you guys. So wait for the signal to eat, okay? And until then, just mindfully listen to your stomach grumbling. And then when we are done with our meal and dessert, Sunim will lead a 2-minute guided meditation as a way to let the experience of tonight's event to settle within us. And then I'm going to make concluding remarks, and then we're going to wrap up our events tonight. Are you ready? Okay. So I'm going to sit and Sunim, thank you so much for coming. It's so wonderful to have you at Yale. My first question is, you came here a week ago with your team, have been working so hard to prepare for tonight. How are you feeling being in this space at this moment with all of us?
안녕하세요.
Hello, everyone.
반갑습니다.
It is lovely to meet you.
제가 지금 이 자리에 있는 것은 과거 전생에 아마 예일대학교에서 공부를 했는 것 같습니다.
The fact that I'm here probably means that in my past life, I was a student at Yale University.
하나도 낯설지가 않고 여러분들이 전부 지금 제 마음 속에 있습니다.
It feels very familiar, and all of you are currently in my heart.
됐나요?
That's a very Zen-like answer. So my next question is really a personal question for you. Your signature dish is braised shiitake mushrooms. And you have cooked them so many times, but never tasted them yourself. Why is that? And could you share the story behind it?
지금 질문하신 말씀은 제가 출가를 해서 지금 50년째입니다. 처음 출가를 하면 그 누구나 모두가 행자로서 맨 먼저 하는 일이 음식을 합니다. 음식을 하되
It has been 50 years since I became a nun, and one of the first things we do as practitioners is learn how to cook.
어른 스님들은 농사를 짓고 야채를 해가지고 오면 우리는 따듬고 씻고 그래서 삶아서 나물을 무칩니다.
The senior monks harvest the vegetables, and then we wash them and cook them and mix them with seasoning.
거기에 표고버섯은 굉장히 중요한 식재료입니다.
And shiitake mushrooms are an incredibly important ingredient.
야채에는 모든 비타민이 있지만 포고버섯에는 단백질이 있습니다.
Vegetables have vitamin, but in shiitake mushrooms, there's protein.
스님들이 단백질을 섭취하기 위해서 포고버섯을 굉장히 좋아합니다.
And monks really love shiitake mushrooms because it is a very good source of protein.
하루에도 많은 양의 그 버섯을 다듬고 물에 불리고 음식을 하다 보니까 제 손에 지금도 포고버섯 냄새가 납니다.
We wash and cook so many shiitake mushrooms per day that my hands still smell of those mushrooms.
지금도 아이러니하게 포고버섯 조청조림이 저의 시그니처 메뉴입니다.
And so, ironically, the braised shiitake mushrooms have become my signature dish.
지금 포고버섯 안 먹습니다.
But I do not eat them anymore.
질렸어요.
I am sick of them.
그런데 그 포고버섯에 대한 에피소드가 있습니다.
But I have an episode about these shiitake mushrooms.
혹시 셰프 스텝을 보셨나요?
Has anyone seen Chef's Table?
No. 이미 이런 프로그램이 있다 하면 저에 대해서 알고 오셔야죠.
If we are having this kind of event, you should have researched about me beforehand.
오늘 공양하실 자격이 no.
You are not ready for this meal.
제가 출가를 해서 7년 동안 집에다 연락을 하지 않았습니다.
After becoming a monk, I did not contact my family for 7 years
왜냐면요, 야반도주였어요.
because I ran away from home.
날 찾으러 올까봐.
And I was afraid that they might come and find me.
그런데 7년이 지나서 이제는 나를 찾으러 와도 다시는 집에 가지 않으리라는 다짐이 있었습니다.
But after 7 years, I was confident that even if they came to find me, I would not return home.
그래서 아버지께 연락을 했어요.
And so I contacted my father.
아버지가 절에 와서 근 2주일 동안 머물렀습니다.
And my father came to my temple and stayed for 2 weeks.
도대체 이러한 집단이 무엇이길래 이렇게 많은 비구니 스님들이 집에 가지 않고 있는지 너무나 궁금했어요.
He was very curious about what this community is so that so many nuns refuse to return home.
어느 날 가만 보니까 일주일이 돼도 고기 반찬도 없고 생선도 없고 이래서 무엇을 먹고 사느냐 저보고 손을 끌고 집에 가자 했습니다.
So one day after a week, after having lived without meat, without fish, he said, "What are you eating to survive?" And he took my hand and asked me to come home.
그래서 포고버섯을 한 바가지를 들고 계곡으로 올라갔습니다.
And so I took one basket of shiitake mushrooms and went up to the river.
계곡에 가서 솥에다가 나무를 주어서 불을 피우면서 3시간 동안 포고버섯을 푹 끓였습니다.
And at the river, I took a clay pot, lit a fire, and boiled it for 3 hours.
오늘 포고버섯 조청조림한과 똑같은 레시피로 했습니다.
And it was the same recipe as the braised shiitake mushrooms that you will have today.
그 포고버섯 조청조림을 먹고 세상에 이렇게 맛있는 음식이 있나 이렇게 하면서 감탄을 했습니다.
And after tasting those braised shiitake mushrooms, he marveled at he couldn't believe that there was something with such a taste.
그래서 손을 잡고 절에 와서 그 어른 스님께 말씀을 했습니다.
He took my hand, returned to the temple, and told the senior nun.
내가 절에 있으면서 너무 만용을 부려서 죄송하다. 지금 보니까 내 딸보다도 키도 더 크고 인물도 더 좋고 학벌도 더 많은 사람들이 있는데 내가 만용을 부려서 죄송하다 했습니다.
And he apologized for creating such a scene at the temple when there are so many people who were more educated and were more cultured than his daughter.
어떤 어른 스님이 한 집안에 스님이 나면 구대가 승천을 하고 나라의 임금도 절을 한다 했습니다.
And he told that when one becomes a nun, even the king of a country comes and bows down to them.
그 소리를 듣고 내가 이제 마지막으로 내 딸이지만 절을 하겠다. 이렇게 해서 대중이 있는 가운데 절을 올렸습니다.
And upon hearing this, he said, "Even if she is my daughter, I will bow down to her." And he bowed down to me in front of all these people.
이제 나는 더 기다릴 게 없다. 이 자리에서 큰 스님이 되라고 그냥 집으로 돌아가셨습니다.
He told me that he will no longer wait for me, and he wished me well on becoming a great nun, and then returned home.
그리고 일주일이 지났을까? 부고가 들어왔습니다.
And after a week, I received news of his passing.
아버지가 돌아가셨어요.
I found out that he had died.
제가 그 소리를 듣고 집에를 가보니까 형제들이 얘기를 했습니다.
When I heard this and returned home, my siblings told me
아무리 동생이지만 스님한테는 예들을 하고 존경을 하고 해라. 이렇게 유언을 했습니다.
that my father had told them that even if she is your younger sister, you must respect her as a nun.
세월이 흘러서 아무런 느낌이 없었어요.
And even if time passed, I felt nothing.
이 사찰 음식으로 인연 있는 모든 분과 함께 공유를 하다 보니까 생각이 났습니다.
But this thought came to me as I'm sharing temple food with everyone in this room.
이 포우버섯 조청조림이 마음에 그동안 품고 있던 보고 싶은 마음, 또 야속한 마음, 이런 마음을 전부 삭혔습니다.
And through this braised shiitake mushrooms, I realized that I was oppressing my heart that missed him, but also had a little hurt for him.
그 원한의 마음을 풀고 이제는 내가 죽어도 여한이 없다. 이렇게 해서 마음을 푹 놓으셨어요.
And he was able to let go of that resentment and be in peace.
그래서 지금 생각해 보니 그 음식 하나가 사람의 마음을 심금을 놀려주면서 그 외로움과 기다림과 그런 거를 모두 내려놓고 해소를 했습니다.
And now that I think about it, this one food was able to touch his heart and resolve his loneliness and that sense of waiting.
그래서 사찰 음식으로 인연 있는 여러분과 소통하고 공유하면서 이 포고버섯 조청절임을 먹고 마음의 행복한 마음, 편안한 마음, 모든 원한과 두려움을 내려놓는 마음을 함께 공유하고자 시그니처 메뉴로 삼았습니다.
And through sharing this temple food, through these shiitake mushrooms, I hope to communicate that sense of happiness and peace in your heart and allow us to let go of that resentment and fear.
Thank you so much, Tim. That's a really moving story. Yeah. Her books just came out. There are 6 copies on the rectangular tables, and before you leave, I recommend you browse through. I think each dish has a story for her. Anyway, I think Jeongwan S님's team is increasingly worried that the rice is getting cold. I have many questions, but I think at this point we should invite Snim to demonstrate how to put the dishes together.
오늘 함께 하신 여러분께 공양 올릴 것은 비빔밥입니다.
So the meal I will be sharing with you today is called bibimbap.
비빔밥 중에도 한식에는 모든 육류와 또 그리고 젓갈이 들어가는데 여기는 이제 사찰 음식이라 비건입니다.
So Korean food tends to use a lot of meat and animal product seasonings, but because this is temple food, it is entirely vegan.
먼저 여기 있는 음식 식재료를 소개해 드리겠습니다.
I will now introduce the ingredients on the table.
맨 먼저 여기에 있는 것은 애호박 고지입니다.
First, this is dried zucchini.
보통 zucchini 호박이면 생호박으로서 음식을 하는데 이 호박은 가을에 나오는 것을 썰어서 햇빛에 말렸습니다.
Usually, zucchini is consumed fresh, but the zucchini in front of you has been harvested in autumn, sliced, and sun-dried.
그래서 말려서 보관을 했다가 호박이 나지 않을 때 이 애호박을 물에 불려서 다시 새로운 변화를 일으키면서 음식을 만듭니다.
And after it has been dried and stored and loses some of its color, it is boiled and given new life.
그리고 여기에는 들기름, 올리브유, 또 식용유, 기름을 세 가지를 끓였습니다.
And it is boiled with 3 kinds of oils: perilla oil, olive oil, and vegetable oil.
큰 볼에 넣고 볶았습니다.
And then I put it in a great bowl and fried it.
마지막에 참기름과 깨소금을 넣고 버물렀습니다.
And lastly, it has been seasoned with sesame oil and ground sesame powder.
그리고 옆에 있는 까만 것은 고사리입니다.
And the brown vegetables next to it is fern bracken.
이 고사리는 산에서 끊었습니다. 채취.
And this bracken has been harvested from the mountains.
마찬가지로 고사리는 생고사리를 먹으면 독이 있습니다.
Bracken can be poisonous when consumed fresh.
푹 삶아서 햇빛에 뚝을 때 그대로 넣습니다.
So we boil it until it's very soft and then we sun dry it.
뜨거운 열과 태양의 열이 함께 해서 공중에 있는 그 박테리아가 일로 들어가서 이 나물 자체도 발효입니다.
So the heat of the water meets the heat of the sun and also the bacteria in the air and ferments it.
마찬가지로 말려서 보관을 했다. 식재료가 나무 푸성기가 없을 때 그때에 지속 가능해서 대체 음식으로 만듭니다.
Because it is sun-dried and can be stored, it is a very sustainable ingredient.
같은 방법으로 볶았습니다.
And it was fried using the same method as the zucchini.
여기 있는 것은 현지 식재료입니다.
The green vegetable here was sourced locally.
시금치를 팔팔 끓는 물에 데쳐서 건져가지고 거기에 참기름, 깨소금, 직간장. 제가 만드는 간장이 8년 된 간장을 넣고 조물조물 묻혔습니다.
So the spinach was blanched in hot water, in boiling water, and was seasoned with sesame oil, ground sesame powder, and a homemade soy sauce that was fermented for 8 years.
이거는 느타리 버섯입니다.
This is oyster mushrooms.
현지 식재료예요.
It was also sourced here locally.
데쳐서 먹기 좋게 이렇게 다듬어서 기름은 똑같이 끓인 기름을 넣고 볶았습니다.
It was also blanched and fried in boiled oil
마지막에 참기름, 깨소금 넣고 무쳤어요.
and was seasoned with sesame oil and ground sesame powder.
이 까만 것은 치나물입니다.
This is wild aster.
치는 맨 먼저 봄이 되면 3월부터 시작해서 4월까지 산에서 그대로 채취합니다.
And in spring, during the months of March and April, we harvest it directly from the mountains.
부드러울 때는 생치를 삶아서 시금치와 같이 무쳐 먹고 지금 그것도 좀 억세지면 치나물을 팔팔 끓는 물에 삶아서 그대로 햇빛에 널어서 일주일 동안 말립니다.
When it is soft, we blanch it for a moment and eat it with spinach. But when it becomes coarser and rougher, we boil it in hot water and it is sun-dried.
고사리, 애호박꼬지, 치나물은 제가 다 손질하고 말려놓은 것을 가지고 왔습니다.
And so the bracken, the zucchini, and the wild aster was sun-dried by me in Korea and then was brought here to the US.
여기 있는 것은 무생채입니다.
And here we have a radish dish.
그리고 가운데는 미역을 튀겨서 이렇게 가루를 냈습니다.
And the middle is fried ground seaweed.
아주 전통이 있는 비빔밥에 들어가는 양념이에요.
These are all traditional ingredients that go in bibimbap.
저의 노부시님께서 직접 제가 전수 받은 겁니다.
And this is a recipe I received directly from my teacher.
산에 있는 나물과 들에 있는 나물에 거기에 영양을 더해서 바다에 나오는 미역으로서 간을 맞추어서 먹는 양념입니다.
And this combines vegetables from mountains and fields, as well as plants from the oceans, and then we season it together.
그러면 여기에 비빔밥은 모든 각가지 음식을 한 군데 모아서 먹는 한 맛을 내는 겁니다.
Bibimbap is a dish where we combine various ingredients to have one dish, one taste.
각가지 나물을 밥 위에 담아서 먹으면 서로 모두가 화합이 되고 상생이 되고 그러한 것을 수행을 하려면 어떤 수행의 방법이 여러 가지 있습니다.
So when we combine these various ingredients on top of rice, they come together and harmonize. And there are a lot of ways to put this into practice.
모두가 깨달음으로 가서 자유로운 영혼이 되는 거죠.
It brings all to enlightenment and frees us all.
같이 섞어서 밥을 해서 비빔밥을 먹으면 바로 보리 일미 깨달음 완전히 깨달음을 뜻합니다.
And when we mix all of these ingredients together and eat it, it has become attainment in one taste.
그래서 보리 일미의 맛이라고 하죠.
And so we call it the taste of enlightenment in one taste.
그러면 어떻게 먼저 공양을 할지 담을지를 가르쳐 드리겠습니다.
And I will show you how to put the dish together.
내가 먹을 만큼 양을 들어서 공양을 하시다가 간이 싱거우면 다시 놓을 수가 있습니다.
Take only as much as you will eat, but if you think that it is bland, you can go for seconds.
2700년 전 붓다가 깨달음을 얻고 각 제자들과 수행을 할 때에 그 탁발 공양을 지금 재현을 하는 겁니다.
And so 2700 years ago, when the Buddha attained enlightenment and was practicing with his disciples, this is a reenactment of how they would make their alms rounds and eat their food.
그 당시에는 의식주가 해결할 수 있는 부분이 없었습니다.
Then it was very hard to take care of basic needs such as food and clothing and shelter.
나무 밑이나 바위 밑에서 수행을 했습니다.
So they practiced under trees and under boulders.
음식을 해먹을 수 있는 공간이 없었죠.
They did not have a separate space where they could prepare food.
그래서 매일 아침 6시가 되면 붓다부터 차례로 나가서 탁발을 하러 갑니다.
So every day at 6 a.m., beginning with the Buddha, they would make their alms rounds.
곧 밥을 비르러 가는 거죠.
They went to receive food from the villagers.
그렇게 갖고 온 그 공양물을 앞에다 다 놓고 이렇게 모읍니다.
And they took the food that they had received and put it all into one place.
이렇게 원볼에 밥을 넣고 모든 식재료를 평등하게 같이 나누어서 내가 먹을 만큼을 덥니다.
So they put the rice into one bowl and put the ingredients in equal amounts, only as much as one will eat.
여기 지금 세팅이 되어 있는 부분은 7인용입니다. 그래서 충분히 그 양 조절이 가능할 겁니다.
So the amount of ingredients that is set up at each table is enough for 7 people. So I'm sure there will be enough.
두부구이입니다.
This is grilled tofu.
이렇게 해서 한 그릇에 모든 우주가 이 안에 있습니다.
And when the ingredients have been put together, the entire cosmos is in this one bowl.
이 한 그릇에 자연의 모든 자연의 고마움과 인연과 농사를 지으신 분의 노고와 음식을 만든 사람의 그 에너지와 이 음식을 내가 먹는 나의 복과 덕을 함께 이루어서 음식을 먹습니다.
And in this bowl, everything comes together. Our gratitude to nature, the labor of the farmer who harvested these ingredients, the energy of the person who prepared this meal, and also each of our own merits.
그냥 아무 생각 없이 먹는 게 아니에요.
We are not eating this without thought.
우리는 아니비설신이 나의 근본체, 눈, 코, 귀, 입, 마음, 온몸으로 음식을 먹습니다.
We eat with all 6 of our sense faculties: our eyes, our nose, our ears, our tongue, our body, and our mind.
근본 모든 우주의 중심은 나입니다.
And the center of the entire universe in this moment is me.
그래서 나의 근본체로서 6가지의 근본이 있습니다. 바로 색, 성, 향, 미, 촉, 법입니다.
And so there are 6 sense objects that we have: the form, smell, taste, sound, touch, and mental objects.
눈으로 한 그릇에 돼 있는 모든 색깔을 봅니다.
With our eyes, we see all of the colors of the ingredients.
귀로 소리를 듣습니다.
And with our ears, we hear the sound.
코로 향기를 맡습니다.
With our nose, we smell the scent.
입으로 맛을 느낍니다. 혀끝으로.
And with our tongue, we taste the flavors.
먹는 법은 꼭 법답게 질서 있게 먹는 것을 요리라 합니다.
And how we eat in this orderly fashion, that is what I call cooking.
이렇게 먹으시면 되고요. 여기 있는 거를 잠깐 소개를 드리겠습니다.
Now we can put these various ingredients together like this, and now I will introduce some of the dishes on the side.
비빔밥을 먹을 때는 국이나 꼭 물김치가 있어야 합니다.
When you eat bibimbap, we always eat it with soup or water kimchi
목이 마르니까요.
because we get thirsty.
그리고 여기 빨간 것은 바로 감말랭이 무침입니다.
The red dish here is actually dried persimmons.
감이 지금 한창 나올 때 감을 따서 그거를 껍질을 까서 그대로 햇빛에 말립니다.
When we harvest the persimmons during their season, we peel them and then sun dry them.
그래서 말린 것을 꽃감이라 하고 이거는 조각조각 내어서 말립니다.
In Korean, dried persimmons are called gotgam, and we cut them and then dry them.
여기 양념은 고추장이 주입니다.
Red pepper paste is the main seasoning for this dish.
거기에 오이를 초절임해서 놓았습니다.
And we salted these cucumbers and placed it on top.
이거는 저의 시그니처 메뉴인 뭘까요?
This is my signature
무엇일까요?
menu. What is it?
표고버섯 조청조림. 네, 예, 맞습니다.
Great shiitake mushrooms, yes.
표고버섯 조청조림입니다. 이렇게 해서 오늘 한 상을 해서 여러분께 공양을 올립니다.
So I have prepared these dishes and offer them to you.
So now you can start to eat. Enjoy. Now, while you are eating,
그냥
you are more than welcome to ask a question. Oh, you guys are so busy in eating. You must be hungry. I'll give you a couple of more minutes, but those of you who have a question, just raise your hand, and one of our staff members with a microphone will come to you. And please, when you ask, make your question very short, succinct, so that we can receive as many questions as you can.
Thank you so much for this opportunity and for sharing this meal with us. My name is Michelle Arevalo and I'm from Ecuador. I wanted to ask if you could share a little bit more about the relationship between the meditation around food and Buddhism and food systems and the broader relationship with nature and climate as we are facing climate and nature challenges at the moment.
기후변화 때문에 이제 그런 음식 영상, 음식 이제 불교 철학과 기후 자연과의 문장식.
앉아서 하면 되지. 기후가 지금 온 세계적으로 많은 생각들이 있습니다.
So there are many opinions across the world about climate change.
그 가운데 모든 것은 내가 나로 인해서 모든 인연이 주어진다고 저는 생각합니다.
Among them, I think all connections arise from me and myself.
내가 그 음식을 통해서 기후 위기를 극복하고 또 자연 환경을 보호하자는 것은 바로 내가 그 기후와 자연의 모든 식재료와 생명체에 있는 것은 기후에 따라서 그것이 변화돼 갑니다.
So through food and through all the ingredients we use, all of this life, that will help change our perspective on climate change and nature.
자연도 그대로 있었는데 모든 나로 인해서 자연이 변화합니다.
Nature simply existed, but it is changed through our actions.
음식을 하기 위해서 저는 조그만 텃밭을 가지고 있습니다.
To make food, I have my own little farm.
그 텃밭에서 모든 생명과 같이 함께 할 때 나만 먹는 게 아니고 농사 지은 것을 모든 그 동물과 또 움직이는 뭐 멧돼지라든가 고라니라든가 이런 거 같이 함께 먹고 있습니다.
So all forms of life in this farm share in this meal with me. I am not the only one eating it. The boars in the field, they all partake in it with me.
그래서 농사를 지을 때는 자연에서 나무에서 떨어지는 이러한 은행나무에서 모든 그 병충해를 막을 수 있고 또 농사를 내가 지음으로 인해서 한 식재료가 3개월 걸려서 빨리 빌어주는 것보다 한 식재료가 1년 동안 갈 수 있는 이러한 농사법을 짓습니다.
So when I farm, I try to prevent these kinds of things by coming up with a sustainable way that can preserve these ingredients, these foods for 1 year or more.
그래서 기후가 봄, 여름, 가을, 겨울을 통해서 자연의 이치대로 자연스럽게 순리되게 하게끔 하는 생각을 갖고 있습니다.
So I hope to follow the order of nature through the seasons.
음식을 할 때에도 모든 식재를 버리지 않고 전체 음식을 하며 그 음식 식재로 남는 것도 무조리 전부 다 함께 음식을 만들 수 있는 방법을 하고 있습니다.
So when I make food, I try to do so that no part of the ingredient goes to waste.
그래서
Thank you so much. The next person, any question?
Hi, thank you so much for coming here for today. One question I had was like with like cooking and like your whole way of life. There's so much patience, and it's really inspiring to see the way that you sort of go about your cooking and go about the eating process as well. I'm curious about like what aspects of your life do you wish you could be more patient in? Yeah. Thank you.
제가 셰프 스테이블이 나오고 2017년도에 그 베를린에서 그 베를린에서 음식 부분, 다큐 부분으로 당첨이 됐습니다.
So after Chef's Table aired, I was nominated for a documentary prize in Berlin in 2017.
그랬을 때 저하고 같이 나온 분이 베를린에 있는 팀 나우의 셰프였습니다.
And one of the people who were nominated with me was a chef from Team Now.
그 셰프는 굉장히 폭력적이었어요.
That chef was incredibly aggressive.
음식을 하면서 막 칼이 날아가고 막 이렇게 했다는 게 굉장히 소문이 자자했습니다.
When he cooked, there were rumors that he would swing his knives and stuff like that.
그래서 모든 사람이 그걸 질문을 했어요.
And so everybody asked.
그런데 그 토크쇼를 하면서 저보고도 그렇게 묻습니다.
So during the talk show, they asked me a similar question.
스님도 음식을 하면서 화를 내고 그렇게 인내심이 없느냐.
So do you feel anger and feel impatience while you cook as well?
그래서 제가 그랬습니다.
And so I replied,
셰프는 감정적으로 화를 내고 인내를 참지 못한다.
chefs are very emotional. They cannot stop their anger and are prone to impatience.
그 대신 저는 아주 열정적으로 완벽한 음식을 만들기 위해서 화를 낸다.
But I portray my anger very passionately in order to make the perfect dish.
그러면 어떻게 그 인내와 화를 면할 수 있느냐 물어보더라고요.
And so they asked me, then how do we overcome this sort of impatience and anger?
그래서 저는 하루 일이 끝나면 잠자리에 눕기 전에 5분 동안 명상을 한다 했습니다.
And so I replied that after a day of work, right before I go to sleep, I meditate for 5 minutes.
그날에 일어난 모든 인연과 에너지는 완전히 소진시키는 거죠.
I let go and exhaust all of the energies, all of the connections that I accrued that day.
그러면 어깨가 가볍습니다.
Then my shoulders become lighter.
새로이 눈을 뜨면 새로운 인연을 만든 겁니다.
And when I open my eyes, I am ready to create new connections.
그리고 이 순간에 인내심이 굉장히 많습니다.
And so right now, I am full of patience.
Okay, thank you so much. The next question.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us about a time that something went wrong in your cooking, but turned out perhaps right, and that you still do since?
없습니다.
I have no such experiences.
그 잘못된 걸 인식했을 때는 그때는 프로가 아니지요.
When something goes wrong, you're not a professional.
저는 지금 프로입니다.
But I am a professional.
지금 음식 맛을 보시면 아실 텐데요.
And I think you will realize that once you taste the food.
안 그래도 오늘 음식을 하면서 간을 많은 음식을 하는데도 음식을 먹어보고 우리 스님이시나 이 셰프님들이 어쩌면 이렇게 간을 잘 맞추느냐.
Although we prepared such a large amount of food, the chefs asked how we seasoned it so well.
최선을 다하니까 간을 맞추는 제가 간잡이가 됐습니다.
Because we try our best, I was able to season it perfectly.
Did she answer your question? Okay, the next question. Here in front.
Hello. First of all, thank you for allowing us to have your meal and share it with you in person. And I would like to ask, in this modern way of life, in this modern markets in grocery stores where we go and purchase our food and take them home to prepare them, what small thing can we do that allows us to have a more wholesome meal that nourishes our body and our spirit?
Thank you so much for asking the question, because I was going to ask that question to her.
심리적으로 이제 영적으로 영양가 있는 식사를 하기 위해서 우리가 일상생활에서 실천할 수 있는 게 뭐예요?
지금 마트에 가면 모두가 인큐베이터에서 나온 식재료입니다.
If you go to the market, almost all of the ingredients are from incubators.
호박도 지금 한국에서 보면 모두 비누 안에 싸졌습니다. 꽃이 피고 조그마한 열매가 되면 그대로 비누를 씌워서 거기에 맞게끔 키웁니다.
So the zucchinis and pumpkins in Korean markets, for example, are all wrapped in plastic, and they do so when it first starts flowering.
생명이 없어요.
There is no life in these ingredients.
내가 자연을 알고 실제적인 식재료가 어디서 나오는지 알아가야 합니다.
So we must learn to know nature and be mindful of where these ingredients are sourced.
그래야만 그러한 식재료를 구별할 수 있는 안목이 생기는 거죠.
That is how we can grow an eye for distinguishing between such ingredients.
그런 식재료를 가지고 어떻게 음식을 해야 하는지 그거는 배우고 익히셔야 합니다.
And we need to learn and practice how we can cook with such ingredients.
그 음식을 해서 먹고 난 다음에 나는 무엇을 해야 할까?
And so what should we do after eating such a meal?
그 생각이 지금 현대인의 음식에 대한 화두입니다.
And that thought is what we should meditate on as people of the modern day.
Okay, next question.
Thank you so much for all of your words today already. I was wondering, you first learned to cook from your family. What is similar and different about when you were growing up cooking to cooking temple food?
제가 출가하기 전에는 엄마 밥을 먹고 자랐습니다.
Before I became a nun, I ate my mother's cooking.
가족과 함께 지금처럼 두레상에서 모든 대가족이 모여서 먹었습니다.
Like right now, as you are doing, our entire family, which was a very big family, we would gather around at one table and ate together.
그때만 해도 70년 전만 해도 모든 한국에서는 텃밭도 있고 농사를 짓고 이렇게 해서 음식을 했습니다.
And 70 years ago in Korea, most households had their little farm and would source their foods by
모두가
themselves.
채식이었죠.
And most of it was vegetarian.
한식과 사찰 음식에 따라서 모든 우리 한국 사람들은 나물 문화입니다.
And so traditional Korean food and temple food culture is based on vegetables.
같은 나물이라도 우리 집에 있을 때는 마늘, 파, 달래, 부추를 넣고 음식을 만들었습니다.
And so at home, we would use spices such as garlic, chives, scallions, and leeks.
절집에 와서는 나의 뜻과 상관없이 지금 비건입니다.
But in temples, regardless of what I want, I have to be vegan.
생명 존중에 있죠.
Because we have to respect all life.
살아 숨쉬는 자연을 의지해서 살아 숨쉬는 모든 식재료와 모든 식재료는 생명은 있대 살아 움직이지 않기 때문에 무정물이요.
마지막에 뭐라고 하셨는지 잘 못 들었어요.
내가 자연을 의지해서 살아가는 모든 식물들은 생명은 있대 움직임이 없으니까 무정물이라고.
So, all the plants that we eat, even though they are alive as they rely on nature, they do not move, and therefore we count them as non-organic.
움직이는 동물은 생명체도 있고 움직입니다.
Moving animals have life and movement.
모든 어변에 내가 행동에 따라서 어변에 인연을 지어갑니다.
And with these actions, we produce new karmic connections.
그렇지만 모든 식재료에도 생명은 있습니다.
But in all ingredients, there is life.
다만 인과가 없다 뿐이에요.
But there is no cause and effect as they do not move.
살아 움직이는 것은 자기의 생존 경쟁을 위해서 모든 것을 생명을 해칩니다.
Things that move must hurt other forms of life in order to preserve theirs.
그래서 사찰 음식은 생명 존중에 있습니다.
So temple food is based around the principle of respecting life.
Thank you, 스님. Next question. In front.
어린아이.
What do you eat when you travel?
여행할 때는 꼭 저는 된장을 가지고 오고 제가 담은 김치를 변화해서 찌시는 거죠. 묵은지 찜을 가지고 옵니다.
So when I travel, I always bring around soybean paste and homemade kimchi that I have fermented.
그래서 야채에다가 찍어 먹습니다.
And so I season the vegetables with the soybean paste.
We have the youngest Yale student. We're going to receive one more question, and then Sunim will lead 2 or 3 minute guided meditation. So try to finish, and let me receive one final question. There we go. In the middle.
반찬을 잘 잡습니다.
Hello. In the Netflix show, it highlighted that you lecture at a university sometimes, and I was just wondering what advice you give to the aspiring chefs.
이제 셰프스 테이블에서는 이제 대학에서 강연하신다고 했는데 이제 셰프가 되고 싶은 사람들에게 어떤 조언을 해주시는지.
지금은 강의를 안 하고 있습니다.
I currently don't do a lot of those lectures anymore.
지금도 여기에 CIA에 나온 그 셰프들이 5명인가 뉴욕에서 지금 자원봉사를 나갔습니다.
Even now, here with us, we have chefs who have cooked and trained in the CIA to volunteer for us today.
지금 한창 한식의 꿈을 키워가는 셰프들이죠.
And they are building their dreams of becoming chefs of Korean food.
오늘 지금 함께 하면서 기본부터 익히는 겁니다.
And so they're training from the basics with us as we prepared this meal today.
내가 완벽하게 익히고 음식을 할 때에 내가 최고라는 그 인연을 가져야 됩니다.
And so when we train to prepare food, we must always try and keep in mind that we are the best.
완전히 알아가야죠.
And we need to continue that learning.
그래야만 내가 왕입니다.
And that is how you become the best.
그래서 여러분들은 왕의 음식을 먹는 거예요.
And you are now eating the king's food.
왕의 대접을 받는 거죠.
And being treated as kings.
그래야 하려면 정성껏
Because there is a lot of care put into this food.
성의 있게 진정으로 열정이 있어야 합니다.
And we must have a lot of sincere passion for this kind of work.
오케이.
You have the dessert in front of you. You can go ahead and enjoy it. And shortly, 스님's gonna lead a guided meditation. 스님 1, 2분만 더 디저트 그 끝나면은 디저트 끝나면 나는 명상 간단히 하고.
지금 여기 앞 테이블은 거의 다 비었습니다. 하나도 남지 않았어요.
So the front tables have almost emptied all of their dishes. There's almost nothing left.
음식이 모자랐나요?
Was there enough for everyone?
그럼 억지로 드셨나요?
Or did you have to really sort of scarf it down?
그런데 예일 대학교는 너무 점잖아요.
I feel like Yale is very serious.
저 감흥이 없어요.
There is no emotion.
아니에요?
Is that not true?
아니, 학생들이 왜 이렇게 기운이 없나요?
Why do the students have no energy?
오늘 이 사찰 음식에 비빔밥을 드시고 좀 더 에너지가 왕성해야 돼요.
I hope you get energy from this temple food.
지금 앞에 보면 이제 디저트가 있는데 그 디저트는 바로 쌀을 뻥튀기해서 만드는 쌀 강정입니다.
So the dessert in front of you, one of it is sweet rice puffs.
또 밀로 만든 이게 이름이 뭐죠? 밀로 만든 약과입니다.
And we also have yakwa, which is made of wheat.
또 작은 것은 무화과를 썰어서 말려서 오늘 오미자에다가 그거를 양념을 했습니다.
And the smallest of desserts are the dried figs, which were sliced and seasoned with omija, magnolia berries.
모두가 한국의 전통 과자입니다.
And these are all traditional Korean desserts.
맛있어요?
Is it delicious?
맛있어요? 아, 이제 좀 감흥이 오네.
Now I feel the energy.
그러면
얻게 된 명상.
네. 좀 전에 공양하시기 전에 이 음식이 어디서 왔는지 오관계를 하고 먹어야 되는데 여러분 다 잊어먹었어요. 저도 잊어먹었어요. 너무 좋아서.
Before this meal, I should have recited the 5 contemplations, but I completely forgot because I was enjoying this time too much.
그래도 우리는 해야 합니다.
But we should still do it.
다 같이 합장을 하시고
Please put your palms together.
제가 선창을 하면은 한 줄씩 따라서 해주세요. 한국말 해주시면 더욱더 좋고요.
So when I recite this, please say it with me. And if you can speak Korean, that would also be great. For those who don't, please follow me, the translator.
이 밥은
This meal is.
No. This meal.
This meal is.
다시 시작. 다시.
One more time.
이 밥은
This meal is.
숨쉬는 돼지와 강물의 핏줄.
The gift of all living things.
태양의 자비와 바람의 손길로 빚은.
A matter of astute worldly grace.
모든 생명의 선물입니다.
Created by the earth, rain, sun, and wind. This is also, the handouts are on the table. So if you could read it as you recite, that would also be great. There is a script.
이 밥으로
By means of this meal,
땅과 물이 나의 옛 몸이요.
I understand that the earth, water, sun, and wind are.
불과 바람이 내 본체임을 알겠습니다.
Very nature of my physical being, the source of my body and mind.
이 밥으로
By means of this meal,
우주와 한 몸이 됩니다.
I become one with the universe.
그리하여 공양입니다.
Therefore, it is 공양.
온 몸, 온 마음으로
I will serve all living beings.
온 생명을 섬기겠습니다.
With my cordially heartfelt mind.
다 드셨죠?
Have you finished your meal?
그러면
명수.
음식을 하는 모든 식재를 알고 음식을 하는 사람이나 음식을 먹는 사람이나 그냥 먹고 나면은 아무 의미가 없어요. 아, 배불러.
So those who prepared this meal and those who have partook in it, there's no meaning if we just eat it without thought and think, oh, I'm so full.
내가 지금 먹은 이 음식이 내 몸을 통해서 어디로 가고 있는지 그거를 찾아야 합니다.
We need to think about where the food that we ate is going through in our body.
표고버섯은 여기 있나?
Are the braised shiitake mushrooms in my head?
간말랭이는 여기 있나?
Are the dried persimmons in my stomach?
찾아야 합니다.
We need to find it.
다 같이 다 허리를 쭉 펴고 손을 드세요.
Please
손을-
sit in an upright position and hold your hand up.
자, 엄지손가락을 살짝 구부리고
Bend your thumb like this
주먹을 아주 가볍게 쥐세요.
and hold your hand in a very light fist.
이 안에 내가 있습니다.
We are within this fist.
어머니의 자궁 안이에요.
It is inside of the mother's womb.
자, 이제 손을 무릎 위에 얹고
Now please place your hands on your knees
팔꿈치는 펴고
and straighten your elbows
눈은 반을 뜨세요.
and look 45 degrees downwards. Open your eyes only halfway.
다 찾으셨나요?
Were you able to find it?
간말랭이 어디 있습니까? 교수님.
Where are the dried persimmons, Professor?
마음속에.
마음속에
in my
No.
heart.
X. 자, 오늘 그럼 교수님 마무리하실래요?
예, 제가 마무리하겠습니다. 예. Thank you so much, Sim, for a moment of calmness and contemplation. Well, did you enjoy tonight's meal? So, it's time to conclude. There are so many people that I would like to thank. First of all, the dedicated team of the Schwarzman Center, the Yale Hospitality, and Macmillan, and the Council on East Asian Studies, whom I cannot name individually, but whose care and dedication made tonight's event really meaningful, seamless, and enjoyable. Rachel and Jody, thank you so much for opening this wonderful space for this event. And Melissa, where are you? For transforming what was originally a small-scale event into a university-wide celebration. Where's James Fan? I really enjoyed working with you, James. He just meticulously arranged the format and structure of this event. I'm going to really miss our memorable trip to the Bronx together to select ingredients and also to H Mart together. Through this event, I've become even more grateful to our Yale Hospitality staff who work day and night to nourish our community with the best food they can cook. I'm deeply grateful. Also, I think that Ray Kim, the CEO of Kim C Market, who contributing some of the ingredients for this event. And although Melissa already mentioned, there's one more person I have to thank again. Where is Sophia Lee? She is a Yale alumna who graduated 2 years ago and currently working on Council on East Asian Studies. She was a thread connecting all the different units, including SNIM and SNIM's team. And she managed everything from A to Z with patience and passion and a smile. So I'm deeply grateful, and you are a true Yale. Thank you so much. And to all of you, my colleagues and students and university administrators, VIPs, for being part of this wonderful shared meal. And may we carry the insight that SNIM has shared with us today into our daily lives.